What is up, everyone? This is Roddy Insane. Today we are, or actually I haven't come up with the title, but I'm thinking something along the lines of reviving Nimbus. So this is gonna be a really quick video, but I wanted to share with you guys what exactly we're doing today. So if you go here, this is the off position, this is the on position, but nothing, as you guys can see, is happening on the screen. So I'm guessing the battery is dead. So if you guys have seen the previous videos of us riding around without these fairings, I think it was like episode 1 of the build series, and you guys can see that I was mentioning how the bike can't be turned off and then turned back on because there's a chance it won't turn on again. And the seat's off. This is underneath the seat if anybody was curious what you guys see under the seat of the S1000 Nimbus. This right here is the battery, so we're gonna be replacing the battery. But because of episode number 2, where we were removing the fairings and adding the fairings and all that sorts of stuff, and the coronavirus happened, or the COVID-19 or whatever, this bike has been on the ABBA stand for about 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months. I have no idea. Just a very long time. What our plan is to take out all the oil, because the maintenance was due like in January. So we're gonna drain all the oil, put in new oil, put in new oil filter. We're going to be replacing this battery with a new battery, and then we're also going to be draining all the old fuel and putting some new fuel in there. So let's take it step by step and drain the fuel out first, and then we'll get to the next parts of the this is somewhat of a build series because we are changing the battery, but overall let's just try to wrap this up as quick as possible. I'll show you guys the highlights of everything, and yeah, we'll take it from there. But look at this white beast. All right, so this is a gas cap. That's where gas is in there, gasoline or whatever. And so what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be using this little mechanism right here. The top part, I believe, I don't remember, but I believe the top part goes inside this hole right here. And then there is another one down here. So the gas comes through there, or the fluid comes through there, and then goes through this pipe. You guys can see that. And then we put this end of the pipe right here into this little container. I'm not sure exactly how much gas is in there. I'm guessing not a lot, because usually when I go ride, I fill up gas in the beginning of the ride, and then at the end of the ride, I'm usually too lazy or tired to fill her back up, so then I just come back home. So I'm guessing, depending on the last ride, that there's not a lot of gas in there or protein in there. So what we're gonna be doing is, because you know she doesn't take gas, she takes a protein shake or a pre-workout. So pre-workout, let's call it pre-workout. So we're gonna be draining out the pre-workout. You use this pump, and basically you press it up and down like a bicycle pump, and it uses the pressurized air thingy, whatever, to suck out of there into the first one, out to the second one through gravity and all that sorts of stuff, and goes into there. So we got about 2 gallons. Each of this is a gallon. You can fill a gallon, a container. So 1 gallon, I would say 1 3/4 worth of gas. As you guys can see, the color as well, a lot darker than it should be. I believe so. So right here we have 2 gallons worth of new fresh gas that I just got, or protein that I just got this morning. So we're gonna be putting that into the into Nimbus. All we need for this bike to do is be able to start. If it can start, then once I put gas, once I change the battery, all I have to do is start. Once it starts, I'll let it run for a while, and then I'll do the oil change and filter change, and then after that the bike can run. So hopefully that was the issue with the bike, because for a while when the battery wasn't fully dead, it was making flashing lights, and when I put the battery on a tender, it was making all sorts of weird noises. So I believe it's just because the battery doesn't have power. All right, laid some towels or microfiber cloths all the way around. We got the funnel right in the middle that goes into the gas hole thingy, the protein hole. We have our 2 gallons right here. So our goal is gonna be to fill it up with, not the entire thing, about 1.5, I would say. I think that's enough. So I had the camera on a tripod, but it did not record. I pressed play, but it didn't record. But all the gas I ended up putting in there, because it was a hassle to use that thing. So you guys probably can't tell, but 2 gallons worth of gas, new fresh gas, has gone in there. I'm pretty sure there's a little bit remaining of the old one, because you can't really suction everything out. So next we're gonna move into removing this first before we unbox the new one. this is the battery itself. So this part is just a cover for it, which I don't understand why you need one. Made in Japan for a bike made in Germany, for a German bike. So yeah, this is the battery that we had on the bike for Nimbus on Nimbus for about 3+ years. So about time that we remove this, it's I think a lead battery, I think. We're not gonna weigh it or anything because I honestly don't care about weight savings at all. Just a FYI kind of thing, if you ever remove batteries, things like this, gas, oil, things like that, make sure to put it in a safe container, and then after that deposit it in your local hazardous waste facility. Hashtag Earth, Environment, and vegan chicks. Side-by-side comparison, and then frontal, I really don't care about any of this stuff. Lighter, oh, much heavier. Yeah, much heavier. This battery easily fits with a lot of gap. There's also this plug. You plug this in here, and then the red goes with the red and the black goes with the black. So we're gonna be doing a dry install to see if this actually works, and the bike should turn on because new gas, old oil will be in the system, but we need to turn on the bike anyways to take the oil off because we're supposed to warm the oil before you take it out. That's what a lot of people say, but we're gonna be doing that. So let me do a dry install of this, and then let's see if we can turn the bike on. And if Nimbus is alive, or does Nimbus need to go to a dealership and have an actual professional look at it. This is fully tight. I didn't have to go over it, it was perfect. Gonna plug that in, and then we're gonna start the bike. Zoom, zoom, zoom. I'm so scared. All right, let's do this, So I'm gonna turn this back off. Do it one more time. All right, everyone, we're back. The package just came. We have Bike Master oil filter wrench. So there is like a K&N filter that I was gonna use, but I went for R6 Packer. I'll use a K&N filter. But for BMW and Ducati, I go with the BMW filter, and this is the oil ring something that I need for it too. So I can't believe they just taped it on there. But yeah, so we also ordered one of these. And then all we have is, for the love of God, we have X-Acto knife, which is mine. But we have oil. But I bought their little kit. So on the website for BMW, I just went in and bought a kit. So they got all this stuff included besides the wrench thingy. I bought that separately. But the filter, the little ringy thingy, and 4 of these all come in the BMW oil change kit. So now what we're gonna do is, first I'm gonna clean all these stuff up, heat shrink it. Sorry, they're more on the lawn outside, but gonna remove all this stuff, fit it in correctly. Then after that, I have to decide, I think it's not this one, but the other side of the fairings of Nimbus that we're gonna be removing, so I'll have access to the oil filter and the oil plug thingy. All right, guys, so heat shrink, heat wrap, whatever. I highly recommend for people with motorcycles to have this because you're always heat shrinking, heat wrapping something. So yeah, we wrapped everything, and now for the moment of truth. All right. Yep. Anyways, what we're gonna do now is take off the other side of the fairings, not these, but the other side, and work on taking the oil filter out, taking all the oil. All right, guys, we're back. So we removed the panel right here. And now with the lights on, you guys can see this right here is the oil filter we're gonna be changing. And then at the very bottom right here, that right there is the oil filter plug, I believe. Let me bring the bike down and get everything set up, and then I'll show you guys what I can. Hello there. So camera was recording, stopped recording in the middle, not sure why. If you guys look closely in this little pot of goodies, we have this bucket of oil that we just drained out of Nimbus, which has been super old. All right, we got the oil filter in there. That's the oil drain plug. So coolest thing ever. All right, so I can't get this to focus correctly, but if you guys can see, this is the drain plug that we took off of Nimbus last night. As you guys can see, it has barely any metal pieces. So this drain plug is magnetic. So what happens is it sits at the very bottom, and it's just magnetic. Any metal shards or anything like that, they stick to the drain plug. This is a washer, oil crusher washer thingy or whatever. That right there. So we have a new one of those too. So you got to replace these every single time because it's a crush washer. You can only use it once. All right, this is the new oil crusher thingy. All right, so this right here is the oil filter. This is the BMW brand. It looks so cool. I don't exactly know what an oil filter does. It just filters out the oil and oil gets flushed in here, I'm guessing, and it cleans it and throws it back out. I have no idea. Okay, this bad boy is all cleaned up. Added the torque thingy on there too, the bit. So now the only thing is I also added the crush washer. So now we're gonna go ahead, move the oil out of the way. Oh, now we're gonna go ahead and put this bolt back onto there and then tighten it up. Then we'll add the oil filter onto the bike. So yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and put this stuff on there and then put the oil on there, filter on there, and then we'll start filling her up. So right there, that's the drain plug. Ring right there, you guys see the inner one and the outer one. That's where the oil filter is gonna go on, and then we'll be done. And ready to actually fill in the oil. As you guys can see, we have oil on the ground. Make sure to always have a cardboard thing. This thing is like a lifesaver. Right here is the oil filter hole. So this is where we put in the oil. And this right here, this beautiful thing which we're gonna be replacing very soon, is the cover. So if we just get up in there and come on, dog. All right, there you go. Fully tightened up and we are good. I put in 3 of these bad boys. So each of these is 1 liter and I put 3 of those in. This dirty thing right here is filled with oil. So it's all the way to the top, a little bit below the inner circle, which is a marking for you guys. So what we're gonna do now is you can measure oil when the bike is cold. So now that we put it in, we have to bring the bike to operating temperature. Cool thing will be is that as we turn on the bike, that oil line, the oil stuff in there, you'll see it go down. So I'm gonna see if I can try to capture that. And once we let it do operating temperature, then we have to let the bike sit for a while and cool down and then get a temperature reading on there. All right, so now if you look at this thing, I just closed it a while ago, so I still need to let it sit for a little bit longer. But as you guys can see, it is 1/3 of the way full from the red dot. So I'm gonna fill it up just a little bit more, probably like, not the entire thingy, but like maybe like half of it, I'll put it in there, because I feel like a little bit more should help. Main goal right now is to just get the bike running, cleaned up, all fluids to be changed, and then we can focus on doing things like cleaning. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Remember to subscribe only because you love me, because I love you. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and until next time, ride safe, drive safe, and take it easy. Peace.